Well, hello, friends. I know it has been a half a minute since I have been online, and I finally got to a place where I am ready to sit down and talk to you guys, tell you a bit about why there's been this long absence, and take a few minutes to just emphasize and talk about priorities. I had several things that just all of a sudden happened that I wasn't really expecting. And one of them involved one of my kids, and there were some other things that were going on at the same time. And it literally just took everything out of me to walk through some of the issues that my husband and I had to walk through to try to get on the other side of it. I protect my family fiercely and their privacy. So I'm not really in a place to tell you, like this is what happened, because it's not my story to tell. So all I know is that it definitely involved me, and it really ended up zapping so much mental and emotional energy that I had nothing left to give to anything. And sometimes we just have to walk through those things and accept the reality that we have at the moment, knowing that it doesn't last forever, but to realize that while those things are happening, I needed to focus on the things that were the most important to me. One of those things that became obvious to me was the pressure, and it became pressure. It hadn't really been that way, but the pressure to get a video out every Friday morning. I spend a certain amount of time filming videos, and I spend hours and hours and hours editing videos, and I love it. And so it's been something that I have looked at as a ministry. I have looked at it as something super important in my life. And I felt like it was something that God has always just kind of moved me in that direction. I know I've shared before, years ago, I had a website and I've had blogs, and I always felt like, it was important for me to do these things, and I felt like that was where God was leading me. I clearly began to see during this event that God was telling me, it's time to just pause. At the time, I didn't even know how to quantify it and tell you guys, oh, hey, I'm taking a break. This is what's going on. I just didn't even have the wherewithal to do that. It was just simply, I'm done. So I posted, I'm done for a time. I need a break. And I posted briefly in a community tab post. However, I knew that a lot of people don't see those. And so I knew that people were going to end up reaching out to me, and they did. I started getting emails. I started getting extra comments on previous videos. I started getting Instagram messages, and people asking me, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? We miss you. Just lovely little concerns and sentiments that I really valued during that time. I appreciated it. I was not able to answer all of them. I did a few, but again, my mental and emotional energy at the time was just like I could not deal with anymore. I just had to focus on my issue at hand at the moment. Okay, I'm back. I had chicken in the oven, so I had to go take care of that. Anyway, okay, so trying to remember where I was at, that just things were definitely stressful. Even though I knew this was a calling, I also needed to be listening to where I felt the Lord was, taking me as far as having a break from it all. I spoke to my husband about it. I prayed a lot about it. And my husband has been, 100% behind me on any kind of endeavor I've done like this. So I knew, he just said, my thoughts of taking a break, he felt like were probably a good idea at the time, considering the circumstances. And so I really believe that that was kind of my confirmation from the Lord that I just need to step away. And when I feel like I can sit back down and tell you what's going on, then I will do that. And I'm actually here right now. And then during that time, I also ended up getting sick. I got a cold that was pretty nasty. I'm looking at my hair here. I got a cold that was pretty nasty. In fact, I still am dealing with some of the phlegm and the head and sinus thing. I am on the other side of it, but it just seems to be dragging on. And for a week, I just felt terrible. All I wanted to do was sleep. And again, I just felt that was the right thing to do. During it all, I really felt like I had to take my own physical and mental health and make that one of the priorities in my life. That I needed to rest. I needed to, drink all the fluids, take all the herbs, do all the things. And I did get on the other side of it pretty quickly. Like I said, what I have now, it just seems to be lingering. And then also during that time, the weather, of course, spring is here, yay. And things started to improve weather-wise, and it was time for hubby and I to pull out our van, get it all cleaned up, and get packed. And we took a wonderful 5-day trip down to Sacramento. We have 2 of our daughters that live down there. One is a married daughter, so her husband. We have 3 grand boys. We got to see everybody and had such a fun weekend doing that. And I literally came back feeling more refreshed and so much better that it was a wonderful trip. And I felt like it was exactly what I needed, and my husband too. It was what we both needed, at that moment. So, but during that time, in between there all, I really recognized that because so much of my mental and physical energy had been consumed by these other issues, that I had let my house get very neglected. And that was also part of the decision making in taking a break from videos, is that I needed to work on priorities. And there are times when that happens to all of us. And I think that it's just one of those moments where I knew I need to be focused and put the things that the Lord would want me to put as my priorities, put those back into my life again. I spent several days deep cleaning my house, my bathroom, cupboards and dust and cobwebs and, little things in little corners that had developed. I caught up on lots of laundry. Just all kinds of things that were needed to be done. I got ahead of that. And then, of course, cooking and making good quality meals. And it just was feeling so right. Like once I had my life into some order, I all of a sudden started to feel better mentally, even physically. I started feeling better, that I was getting that order back in my life that I desperately needed in order to pull things together. And that's my little bit on priorities. Sometimes we have to just stop and realize we've got our priorities out of whack right now, or we just need to do a little priority readjustment here, and to realize that sometimes you just, you got to say no to things. You have to rearrange a schedule. You might have to make different plans to make your priorities, put them all in the right place, So I think, just remember, it happens to all of us. And it's okay to just stop what you're doing and deal with the things that are the most important. So now I don't even know, I was going to count how many videos I haven't done on a Friday. And so I don't even know how many weeks this whole process went on. So that got me the thinking of the question, okay, where do I go from here? Do I feel ready to come back and say, yeah, there's going to be a video every Friday, or do I still feel the need to take it one day at a time and just listen to the Lord and work on, keeping the order and structure in my life. And as I feel inspired and motivated to go ahead and put a video out, I don't know. But right now, I think what I do know is that I need to unhitch myself from an every Friday video. At this point, that might come back. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I need to, again, keep my priorities in the right area for a while. And I also feel like as this was all happening to me, I realized I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now, and I've been very consistent on having videos out. Sometimes I went through over a year where I did 2 videos a week. Then I went to 1 video a week. And the biggest thing I was wondering as I was going through everything is, or maybe it was the biggest thing I was concerned about, was burnout. Am I at a point where I'm starting to burn out? And I don't want that to happen. I desperately don't want that to happen. I want to be fresh. I want to be, come to you with things that are encouraging and helpful and motivating as wives and homemakers and moms. I know I have a lot of moms out here that watch me too. And it was important for me to make sure that I could maintain the same type of things that I had been doing. And I wasn't just throwing videos out for the sake of, I got to get a video out. And I was starting to feel that way anyway towards the end because some of these issues were starting to brew. And I was like, okay, well, at least let me get something out. And then I realized I don't like functioning that way. Like, I take it seriously. I do a lot of praying and planning when I do sit down and talk to you guys or make a video. So it was very important to me that I give you the best that I can give you. And if I can't do that every week, then what I need to know is, that I can do it. And then I'm just to, I guess, let you know that I will do it as I am able to do that. And after enough of a break and after enough of feeling like, okay, I think I've got myself together. I feel that I'm feeling good. I feel good motivation going on here. I think then at that point, I might be able to go back to that. I have no intention of giving anything up. It's just a matter of, again, getting those right priorities and keeping those right priorities through challenging times. Oh, and the biggest thing I really believe that I have gained from all of this is an incredible increase in my faith and an incredible increase in my trust. And my relationship with the Lord has grown. Like, I can't believe how much it's grown. I think we walk through challenges and trials, and we can either, reach out to the Lord and say, Lord, I need your help because I'm not handling this well, and let him work in your life and let him work in your circumstances. Or we can not do that. And then we're, all over the place emotionally, mentally, and everything else. So I've been very thankful for that, that the Lord has definitely shown up, and I have been able to grow so much in him through everything. I feel like I have shared with you everything that I had intended to share with you on this video. I hope that your life is going well and that you are enjoying your spring right now. And I do look forward to coming back and having our little coffee with Crystal chats and getting back to the Content Homemaker series that I had tried to start. And I am looking forward to that. And you will see me again. Like I said, right now, I just don't know when, but you will see me again. I pray that you have a blessed day today. And I thank you so much for being here and so much for, just hanging in there with me through all of this rocky road that I've been on lately. So anyway, all right, you guys, I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.